Hi, this is Riley Hamilton, and I am here for a video entitled Alternate Views. Some thoughts on Drake's senior album, Views. Drake's album, Views. Okay, I just have a lot of thoughts about Views, the album, Drake's album, and I thought now that he's in album mode for his fifth album, now might be the time to think about Views, because I kind of feel like it's a forgotten chapter in Drake's discography. And if you'll remember, on Take Care, on the final track, Drake said his junior and senior albums will only get meaner. And he only referenced his junior and senior albums. So I always felt like, he was going to put special priority on his junior and senior. And his junior album, Nothing Was the Same, was arguably the best Drake album in his discography, in the Drake discography. So there was a lot to live up to for his senior record. And I think almost the entire world feels like Views fell short of that noble goal. Just so you know, I'm going to insert cool graphics of Drake and stuff about Views and music to make this more engaging. But for now, it's just going to be me talking to you about my views on Views. So anyway, I'm here to talk about Drake's senior album, Views. Okay, so here are my thoughts on it. Imagine it. It's Drake release day, and all you have heard from this album was Summer 16, and then you heard One Dance, and then you heard Pop Style. Okay, so Summer 16 was a good song, but it ended up being a little bit of a throwaway, in my opinion. It wasn't included on the album. It was kind of just like a checking in, giving us the scoop, Drake. Then One Dance came, and I think that was a good song. I think it prepared us for what was to come, and it was a nice little fun groove. And yeah, it was a good song, but it wasn't like Hotline Bling 2 or even even Take Care 2, from the Rihanna and Drake song Take Care. So it was slightly underwhelming, but still I think a good preview of the direction of the album. But then Pop Style, featuring Watch the Throne. Boy, was that a stinker. The beat is so bad. Let's listen to it, just 2 seconds of it.
We done, Rich.
Boom, boom, boom.
This sound like some
Boom, 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 boom.
4301 shit.
This beat sounds like
All my niggas want.
it sounds like it existed in an alternate universe where that style of beat was popular, but it had never been popular in our universe. Like what the future of music would sound like if nobody had ever, if it came out of nowhere. It's such a bad beat. Dum 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 dum. Bow, and then there's like I don't know, it's like Drake is always, when he does pure rap songs, they're always at they're always progressive for the most part. Like when Started From the Bottom came out, no other song sounded like that. Just saying Started From the Bottom over and over again, that beat, it was like he took rap in a completely new direction. The same with Worst Behavior. No song sounded like Worst Behavior. It was like, an angel descending on earth and showing us what rap was going to look like in the future. Pop Style was really, really bad. I'm looking up who did the beat. I think it might have been Frank Dukes, Boy Wonder, 40, Seven Thomas. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like those guys were just like, can Drake be popular on any song? Let's just give him this piece of shit song and see if he can do it. Also, the Watch the Throne feature, Jay-Z had maybe 5 words on it, and then Kanye's verse was horrendous. And then Watch the Throne didn't even end up using it. Like, Watch the Throne weren't even on it at the end. It says, however, on Wikipedia it says, the contribution from Jay-Z is limited in the song with only 2 lines from Jay-Z making the cut. They still have to get me, they don't get it. I cannot be gotten, that's a given. So yeah, that was insane. Just getting two lines from Jay-Z. Anyway, then they got completely scrubbed from it, and then it was Drake just alone on Pop Style, and he had to do all the verses that we'd already heard from Jay-Z and Kanye. It was just such a bad rollout. The song already sucked to begin with. Watch the Throne feature was overplayed, and then they get taken off for the final cut. How does that happen on a Drake album? Like, yeah. So those 2 singles, in retrospect, were 2 flops, even though One Dance was kind of good. Anyway, so Drake was leading us into views on kind of a mixed bag of songs, which I don't think has ever happened before. Started from the Bottom was such a huge hit. Hold On, We're Going Home was such a huge hit. Like, the albums basically just had to live up to the beauty of those singles. So anyway, that was the first time I think that Drake had really flopped on a single rollout. Then the album came. Okay, so it's like Christmas morning when Drake albums come out. George, come here. I'm talking about Drake. Come here. Come here. It's like Christmas morning. You're waiting. It comes out on a Tuesday or whenever albums used to come out, and you're like, holy shit, it's going to have 19 songs on it, which that's kind of a bad sign already. When Drake, there's a YouTube or wait, George, come here. There's YouTube of Drake saying that shit's got 19 songs on it or whatever. It's like, okay, that's not good, you know, for the most part. Just because Nothing Was the Same was like a clean 12 songs or 13 maybe. Take Care had been a really long album, but still, I think albums generally, the fewer the songs, that means you cared more about the songs that were on it. And I'm sorry, I'm getting so hot. I'm just getting all steamed up talking about Drake. But anyway, yeah, so that was also another bad sign. 2 bad signs, that it was going to be 19 songs long, and that the singles were flops. And then it came out. You listen to Keep the Family Close. You hear that first beat open up. Let's listen to it. Wait.
All of my let's just be friends.
Okay.
Friends I don't have anymore.
So this to me felt like kind of like a James Bond intro, like a Adele song where it's just like Drake just stepped out on stage and just belted out this huge solo Frank Sinatra-esque song, and I thought it was great. I thought it was so fun. Such a unique intro, you know. Rap intros are supposed to really set the expectations for the album, but also be one of the most inventive tracks on the album. So Keep the Family Close really did that. It was like da-da-da-dun, da-da-da-dun. You about to addict me, I hate people like you. Da-da-da-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da. You remember that part? Well, that was great. Like, Keep the Family Close is a 9 out of 10 song. So fun, and I was just like, holy shit, Drake is going in. And then you hear 9, and then it was like, Mama telling me that my rap's no good. Papa Mama's talk's no good. Turn the city upside down, it's a 9 now. I thought that song was pretty good, but it was also like the beat I don't think was as progressive as you'd want, but the chorus is fun. Turn the 6 upside down, it's a 9 now. I think that was fun, but it also was like, oh boy, after Keep the Family Close, and then you kind of like are thrown into 9, I think you're a little worried at that point. Then, You With Me. You With Me is pretty bad. Pretty bad. I'm going to listen again to make sure that I'm not wrong, but
Tell me that I'm confusing. More
yeah, it was slow. It was too early in the album for a slow Drake song like this. It's never been a big song. Like, this did not have the trajectory that I think Drake wanted. He thought this was like a banger and this was like classic Drake. It's a stinker. I'm sorry to say it, but it's a stinker. I mean, this This video is called Alternate Views, and basically I'm dissecting views, and I'm telling you that You With Me was a stinker. So now we have Keep the Family Close was a huge high. 9. Uh-oh, I'm lowering my expectations a little bit. You With Me? We got a classic stinker in the house. Then comes Feel No Ways. Feel No Ways is top 4 best songs on the album. I mean, you gotta give it to him. Feel No Ways is such a cool sound, so fun. Drake is going in. He let Majid Jordan really work it out in the tent and bring him a beat, and he was just like, they probably just played him 20 songs in a row, and he was like, I want that one, and they had to give it to him. And he killed it. It's beautiful. Beautiful chorus. There's more. Getting high with you. Beautiful. With you. What I can do. Anyway, so then you're like, whoa, okay, so you're like, whoa, he did a stinker, and then he made a classic song. What's going to be next? And then it was Hype. Hype is so bad, you want to cry. The beat is so shitty. He says, I'm done in the hype. Okay, yeah. So Hype was so bad. Then it's Weston Road Flows. I don't remember this one, but I think it's a stinker. Yeah, that's Drake trying to show off his bars, and it's like a contemplative, back to his roots song. It sucked. Then you hear Redemption, and Redemption's probably the best song on the album. So beautiful. It should have been the close. It's a perfect Drake song. I can't believe it was just relegated to like the 7th track on the album. It makes no sense. So basically, as you can see from what I'm saying, the pacing of this album is horrible. Like, really bad. Like, I don't know if Drake scrambled to put it together last minute because he was just worried about how Views was going to be received because he knew he had a turkey on his hands. But the jumbling of these tracks, it's so bad. Going from Keep the Family Close to then two bummer songs to then Feel No Ways, which is awesome, and then a stinker Hype, and then Weston Road Flows, and then Redemption is a beautiful closing. It should have been the second to last song or the last song. It's just like it's the end of a course. Redemption. It's beautiful, so beautiful. The beat is like amazing. Drake says such great things. Okay, all right. I can't go track by track anymore. Just bear with me. I'm gonna speed it up. With You, Party Next Door, classic, great song. It has the Feel No Ways vibe. It's like this should have been Drake's summer album. That's my main takeaway. Drake didn't want to make a rap album, I believe, in my heart of hearts. I think Drake wanted to do full-blown Caribbean summer dance, R&B, fun. He was done with rap. And then when he put all these songs together with Too Good and Faithful and With You and with Redemption, people told him that he had to inject some rap songs in there. I don't know if it was the label or if it was his friends, but someone said, Drake, we need to hear some rap songs on this thing. You can't just put out a full-blown singing summer album like this. You got to get some classic rap songs in there. So I think Drake had to rush and grab a bunch of shit, and that's where Pop Style and Hype and Grammys and You With Me came from. It was like Drake racing in the last month to record these rap songs, to get these rap songs on there. Because if you took out the rap songs on this, Views would have been an 8 out of 10 album instead of a 6 out of 10 album. I love Drake so much that I still consider Views to be a good album, but that's because I'm cherry picking all the best songs from it. I'm ignoring that Pop Style is on it, or that Hype is on it, or that Grammys is on it. I'm just taking the highs and making that the album that I choose to listen to. Oh, so I think that was the real problem with Views. I think that he got nervous about releasing a full-blown singing album that had songs like Controlla and Too Good, and Fire and Desire, and I don't even know. Yeah, With You. He would have had an amazing album if he just adhered to his vision. People would have been disappointed, but I think they would have felt better about it as a project than him putting these limp, not progressive rap songs on his album. So as you keep going down, you have a song called Still Here, which I can't even remember 1 second of. Let's listen to it. I think, I don't know, Still Here is okay, but it also has that stupid pop style. Yeah, it's a stinker. I mean, it's okay. I guess as far as the rap songs go, that's not the worst one. Child's Play is also boring. Like, he thought that was like another single. And that song sucks too. It's like he just did not know how to handle the rap songs. If I was Drake, which I'm very similar to him in a lot of ways, Worst Behavior set the template for modern rap. When Worst Behavior came out, seriously, I already said it, but it was like God whispered in Drake's ear and said, this is the path you need to go on now. This will transcend rap. And then, I don't know what happened, but he relied on somebody to give him these silly beats, and he didn't focus on the rap part. He was, I don't know what happened. I think he was trying to placate everyone, so he put too many songs on there because he was basically like, you can have whatever you want from this album. It's more of a playlist than it is an album. It's not as curated as a normal album would be, because I think he got worried. It's like throwing a bunch of darts at the board to see what sticks. So in my mind, if Drake would have cut off the rap fat, views would have been more in vein with More Life and would have been classic. And Drake really has not rebounded yet in terms of just full-blown rap. He's still searching. God's Plan is like a Playboy Cardi type song where he's just like, I want to catch the vibe of that. Instead of progressing the rap genre, he's latching on to things that are already popular. Also, what am I saying? With More Life, Portland, Sacrifices, those two songs are, that was him being progressively in a new rap direction. Portland on More Life is one of the best rap songs of all time. Sacrifices on More Life is one of the best songs of all time. So whatever vein he was going in for those rap songs, that's what he should continue to do right now. And whoever told him that Hype was a good song, or that Still Here was a good song, or that Grammys was a good song, say goodbye to them, put them back to the tent, and let someone else choose the rap songs that Drake goes in on. Thank you so much. And now, just at the very end, I'm going to give you my alternate track listing for what Views should have been. It's called Drake's Views by Riley Hamilton. It should have started with Keep the Family Close. 9 can stay on there because 9 hit a nice vibe. It's a little bit rappy, but it was sort of progressive with how that beat sounded. Then With You. Go in on With You. That was a great song. Then Feel No Ways. With You and Feel No Ways are perfect counterparts to each other. They're both different summer sounds. Then Controlla, because Controlla is good. And then I kept Child's Play on it, because that's like also fulfilling the rap angle that Drake wants, but it's not full front, bad, stupid rap like Hype. Okay, then One Dance. Okay, now you're probably thinking, whoa, there's a lot of just the dance songs on here. So maybe this is a bad track list so far. Then you go into Too Good, featuring Rihanna. I think Too Good is a classic song. Then Fire and Desire, because Fire and Desire is great. Then End with Redemption, like I already said. And then you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 track album, which is usually the number of tracks that a classic album has, 10. If you wanted, you could maybe throw on still here, but I think that would mess up the flow. And then also him ending with the song Views, the titular Views. That was a really bad song too. It's just so boring. I don't think anyone wants to hear Drake do these kind of long-winded bars-oriented songs. Drake is so far past that. He's a pop artist with a rap orient. And when he really puts his mind on rap songs, he changes the game. He doesn't need to do retro, old school, appeasing the comeback season fans anymore. Because they'll always be there, no matter what he does. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Views. I am so sorry this is so long, but I feel like there's some good nuggets of information there. I feel like Views needs to be talked about, and it's never been talked about the right way until now. I'm just kidding. But it is important to talk about Drake's Views because it's kind of just like disregarded in his discography. It's like, oh yeah, remember Views? Like after this run of Take Care and Nothing Was the Same, and if you're reading this, it's too late. Like Drake was on this skyrocket to the moon. And then Views came out, and it was like a car crash a little bit. And then More Life came out, and you're like, oh my god, More Life is fucking awesome. More Life is what Views should have been. But Views still needs to be talked about. What went wrong, what happened, what to think about in the future for Drake. And all this to say, I'm a huge Drake fan, and that's why I wanted to talk about Views. Because it's important. It's important to talk about what happened in this superstar's career and why Views might have been a little bit of a miss in a classic discography. Okay, I love you all. Thanks so much for listening to me rant about this. And as I said, I'm going to put in some fun Drake visuals and stuff so that you can see what I'm talking about, and I'll make it engaging so it's not just me talking. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.